Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Oscar's radio show. I am Oscar, and I have come across some mad science stuff. I've not come across it, I've not discovered anything new about science. However, I've found something interesting about science, which is interesting. I think it's interesting. There's this thing called negligible senescence. Senescence? I'm not too sure if I'm pronouncing it right. But it's basically biological immortality, as in, I think like the definition they give of immortality is to do with something like the aging process as you get older doesn't the mortality rate doesn't increase with the aging process. So essentially you live forever. There's like animals, and there's mainly bacteria and plants and vertebrates, it looks like, such as fish and turtles, it looks like. So there's I've got some examples here of maximum observed lifespan of animals thought to be negligibly senescent. There's a few fish here. There's a rough-eyed rockfish, Aldabra giant tortoise. Sorry, I'm reading these off of lobsters. All right, so right, there's conflicting. I'm reading this off of Wikipedia. It's saying here lobsters, right? And it's so I'm obviously getting this from different sources. It's saying lobsters can live forever. They are technically immortal. And apparently, so I read somewhere else that that's a common misconception. Lobsters aren't immortal. Which, I was blown away by the fact that when I first heard lobsters were immortal. So to find out that they weren't actually immortal wasn't a surprise to me. But apparently it's a common misconception. Most people think that lobsters are immortal, which I've never seen before right until now. It says here 100 plus years presumed. Now, where I read it, it said, arguing that against lobsters being immortal. Was also on Wikipedia, the page before this one, and they said that lobsters tend to die during the molting process if they're that old. So so lobsters get old, but they don't tend to. Their libido doesn't deteriorate, I guess. They're still fertile. In fact, some studies have shown older lobsters, to be more fertile than younger lobsters. They're more likely to die when they get really old due to exhaustion during the molting process when they change shells, I'm guessing that is, or I'm not too sure what the molting process is in a lobster. I'm guessing it changes shell, or it disposes of its shell and grows a new shell. I think that's how molting works with those kind of crustaceans. It's interesting. I'm blown away, and I was thinking about, see if I was to just, I'm 27 in March. If I was to just drop tools, somehow become somewhat self-sustaining in that, monetary wise, so that I could, pay my bills, still afford to eat, all that stuff. And just straight up just picked up the test tubes and all the science books. Everything I need to know is on the internet. And everything that I don't know, that I need to know that isn't on the internet, it's like I'm able to find out via other things on the internet, which give me the tools to learn this stuff. It's crazy. I'm just reading up on this, and I'm like, alright, well, already I've got, and I've only been looking at this for like about half an hour, and already I've found how to make humans immortal. No, I've not found that out. But so I reckon if I dropped tools at 27, started reading the textbooks, doing all the information gathering, if I was to start now, do you reckon I could figure out how to become immortal before the ripe old age of 90? And this is fucking crazy shit. Probably not, because there's crazy minds out there who are way better than me apparently. So yeah, I don't like putting myself down, but you know they probably didn't start when they were this late in life, and they've probably been doing it for infinitely longer. I mean, they've written bloody Wikipedia articles about it, so you know they're using big words. You know, I reckon it's possible. I reckon I could just devote my life to figuring this out and just solving it. And I think that's what I'm gonna do. Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna drop tools at some point and start learning. I'm gonna start learning now. And my next podcast will be on more stuff like this. So yeah, I hope you found that interesting. Here's the next song. I hope you enjoy it.